Okay, we're live. Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. We're live. This is just us hanging out on a Sunday evening. It's just us hanging out. Oh, I hear myself on a Sunday.
Yeah, hang on. I gotta get my stupid. There we go.
Balance.
Now you can't hear yourself.
Cool. Yeah, I'm here with Bigby McFly, the comic guy. I always
Not
wanted
Big
to say
Me, Big B.
Big B. I said Big B. I said Big B. So usually I want to put extra book in there. I want to call you the Bigby McFly, the comic book guy, but it's just comic guy. I feel like there should be a book in there, but there isn't.
You can call me the comic book guy. Is it really? It is Big McFly, the comic guy. Yep. I was trying to keep it a little bit shorter.
Yeah. So, but I mean, it's fine. It's cool. We're just hanging out. We're gonna be doing the shout out update because in 4 days, I guess it ends.
Yeah, we're gonna for the first round.
First round ending.
Yeah, we're gonna do our first drawing for the original artwork, so people can pick which characters they want me to draw. So Alan's already put in his bid for Vampirella.
Big boob Vampirella. So that'll be funny. So you guys want me to win, is what I'm telling you.
Yes. He wants me to draw it so X-rated that he can't even show it on.
That years from now they'll say, "Oh my goodness, could you believe somebody drew Vampirella that way?" That's how it has to be.
That's just wrong.
It's just wrong. It's so right that it's wrong. Yeah. So can you track how many views this whole shout out get across all the channels or anything like that?
I could, yeah. I've got it on a playlist, so I can just go ahead and see how many views each video's got. A couple of the videos have got a fair number of hits.
Scooching and scooching.
Bizzle.
I don't
Hey, C Bizzle.
Hey C Bizzle. A name that I'm not familiar with. It's very
yeah. There you go. Sub up to Alan.
Somebody new, some new person. I'm not sure if you watched my channel before. Maybe after this video you might not watch it again. But
he has his own channel, so there's another person. Have him hit you up for an interview.
Yeah. So I'm
always if you want to be interviewed by Alan and get more exposure for your channel, hit him up.
Yeah. I'm always interviewing random people, so it's good. I actually love doing the interviews, even small channels and just people that are just new to the hobby. I actually enjoy hanging out with them.
He's been subbed to you from a long time ago.
Wow. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for subbing to my channel. So I don't know. I'm not sure how you can love my content, but hey, I'll go with it.
Because you have such amazing stuff that you unbox all the time. It's just crazy.
My comics are great. I'm not sure about the presenter guy who's presenting them.
He's all right.
He's so cool. He's okay. But the comics are awesome. I might actually show a few comics in this video today where we, you're going to show some. You're going to show some stuff you said.
Yeah, I'm going to show some stuff. So the origin of this is, Alan and I, we get together, we start talking on the phone for hours on end, and then we go, we should go live.
Let's make it live. Let's just randomly bring
after all this wasted content.
Right? Because we say some cool stuff on these random chats that we have together.
Right, and then we go, oh, geez, we should share that with people.
Yeah. So definitely something we should do. We were talking about the comic book shout out. You said that you had how many, 7 or 8 channels?
I think I have, actually, I looked again, I think I have 9 other channels besides myself putting out content for the shout out so far.
Yeah, that's not too bad. You only did it 1 month, right?
Yeah. Actually, it's a little shorter than a month, so that's pretty good response really good for that amount of time.
I think each round will get, a little bit better, right? It's like one of build up. Like with me, when I did my Friday challenge pitch, go out, do. Everyone should do this.
Yes.
I
Do
think
Alan's Friday challenge is pretty cool.
for the first few months, it was only like 2 or 3 guys that would do it. Like only 2 or 3. That was it. But now there's like maybe about, I'd say like 10 to 15 channels that are involved.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
if anybody's made a shout out video too that I haven't put in the playlist, please hit me up on Instagram and let me know that I've missed your video and let me add it to the list. So, or if you haven't made one, make one soon so you can get into that first drawing.
And they're easy to do. That's the great thing about the comic book shout out. You just say, hey, I like this channel.
Here's why.
Shout out. Here's a shout out.
Yeah. Here's why I like it. Check it out. I think you'll like it too, you know? Yeah. And the whole goal is just to get some exposure to other people, to just try to,
what
broaden
I've noticed,
exposure.
Your shout out videos is not just only helpful to the one that you're shouting out, but it's actually helpful to the guy shouting out.
Yeah, yeah.
So what I've seen, and I've seen this on yours as well, like where you're shouting out some random big channel, and then that person will get the, you've used their hashtag, right?
Right.
Or their, their @ symbol, right?
Yeah.
And but what happens is I've noticed that those people always come in and watch your shout out video. Who is this person shouting me out? And then you'll get their comment and you'll get their subscribers coming over sometimes. It's not only like, so people that are doing like, do it for good reasons, like help other channels, but you're actually helping your own channel by doing it, is my point.
I didn't have any ulterior motive. I really wanted just to get more people to know other channels that were out there. I did one for Obito Comics.
Yeah.
And he just hit 300 subs. I'm like, hey, let's get you to 400. I just did a shout out for you. So, but yeah, like you're saying, like Ryan over at Automatic Comics was super cool. He shared it on his stream, his community tag, and said, hey, everybody check this out. This guy did a shout out video for me, trying to let more people know about me. Check him out, please. So it was pretty cool. So yeah, if you do a shout out, it's beneficial to all parties involved.
Yeah, that's really the point that I was trying to make. And ultimately, that's the whole way we build a community as comic book collectors. Like, the real world doesn't love us, but we can love each other.
Well, what is it they say? You can't truly know how to love until you love yourself. So
okay.
Obviously we make content with our faces on it, so we must love ourselves.
Yeah. So I think as like comic book collectors, I always found that it's like a very lonely space. Like at least for me, there's not that many people that I can say, oh, I know Bob next door that he collects comics. No, it's a very small group of people. It's a very select group. But through YouTube, I've really met like lots of people like yourself.
Right. That's like I only have a few people that I'm able to hang out with a few of the YouTubers. Actually, I'm finding out that a lot of YouTubers that I follow or follow me back are in the Pacific Northwest. So
well, you actually were doing a live stream with somebody just a while ago. What was his name?
It wasn't live, but it was. I went over to his place and.
Yeah. My point is,
Dave at West Coast Dave Ingers went over and we filmed the episode over at his house. So
yeah, that's cool.
And then I did one with Travis from Comics Limited. He came up here.
Yeah, that's the one I watched.
House.
Travis.
Yeah. He's a super cool guy. He's like one of my best friends. We've been friends since I think the 5th grade.
Wow, that's cool. That's cool that you have somebody that you known that long that you can sort of share the hobby with.
Yeah. So I just want to encourage people to make the shout out videos. And if you, like I said, if you've been thinking about joining YouTube, the shout out videos are a really easy way to
create content,
make some content and actually get yourself some exposure through some other channels. Because I'm going to put it on the playlist and then people are going to watch it and get you some subs and get you on the way.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
So
are there any channels that we should shout out, like some new ones that we haven't done yet?
Let's see. What was his name? I can't grab my phone because it's being used for a camera. Let me pull up my.
I'm just trying to think of ones that I've watched recently. like I think I gave a shout out to Jerry the Jitterbug last time. Like I always consider him my
Your
rival.
go-to guy.
Yeah. But JB Budget Collecting, I really enjoy his stuff. Is another channel that I really recommend. J JB.
JP's budget collecting.
Is it JP or JB?
That was JP. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I thought it was JB.
Oops, that wasn't what I wanted to do.
But his channel is really great. I like the fact that he kind of looks at the comics like 6 months later. That are all.
Oh yeah, I like that. That's a cool way to do it.
Yeah, I mean I think that's really useful because you know it sort of removes the FOMO and all the hype around the comic, and it just allows you to sort of see it for what it really is. Like, is it really a good investment? Is it really going to be something that has
right? It seems like a lot of stuff nowadays is just so much hype.
Yeah, they're a hot book for a month or so, and then after that they're back to the dollar bin that they've been pulled out of.
So I'm gonna shout out guys that have done videos. So Mon Comics.
Okay.
Romuel.
Yeah,
Comics
Romuel, that's another great one. I've won a few of his giveaways. Romuel.
Yeah, no, he's great. He does a giveaway like almost every week.
He's insane. Like, I don't know why he's giving away his collection basically. He's
well, yeah. I mean, he's pretty. His whole idea is he wants to be able to become a philanthropist and be successful. And so he says, like, the only way I'm going to be able to do that is be willing to part with these things and give things away. And so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like he's a really cool guy. He's a nice guy.
He's so positive.
I interviewed
super
him.
Positive guy.
He's had a pretty rough life, but he's very, very positive guy.
Yeah. What's on the Comic Rack is another one that he's the one that did the kind of homage to my intro and everything that we like. Yeah, he had the really great cuts.
His homage was pretty amazing, actually. I was like, wow, he put some effort into it.
There's this guy, Comic Collector Geek. I don't know. He's okay.
Oh, so that's you're checking your playlist? Is that your?
Yeah. What's on the Comic Rack again? Aussie Comic Collector.
Oh yeah, he's a good guy.
He's pretty awesome.
From Down Under.
I interviewed him as well. Garage Geek was one that did it. He actually did one.
Oh, Garage Geek is a really cool guy.
Yeah, he did a shout out for comic books, for records, books, and movies. So he did shout outs not just for comics. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, he's cool. He collects everything from what I can gather.
Right.
Actually, I gotta reach out to him because he does my Friday challenge, and I really like to have him on my channel because he seems like a cool guy. But yeah, I have to reach out to that guy. He's interesting. He's a new YouTuber as well.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, he's just but he's kind of funny. He's he has a crazy collection of stuff. He collects records and he collects a whole bunch of things and Funko Pops.
Apparently movies and books and kinds of stuff. And then Obito Comics did a video with some shout outs and 22 Comics.
22 Comics. I don't know that channel.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's actually a fairly decent sized channel, and he actually did a brand new one today. He did a shout out to What's on the Comic Rack, his first one, and then his second one he did Bottom Tier Collector. So, and then Comics Limited did one. So, yeah, so we've got like 9 different folks who've done them. Wow. And pretty cool. And then coming up, I've got one. I'm going to do Long Box Love Affair.
Oh yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah, he's really cool.
Who else? Long Box Love Affair. Jim at Bronzeville Comics.
Yeah, Bronzeville, I really enjoy. He's made me buy a few things. Watching his stuff, I'm like, oh, that's a really cool comic. I should pick that up.
Gosh, my brain is just going blank. I filmed like 6 intros.
How do you know Spinner Rack or Comic Mag Musings? Those are 2 good.
Yeah. Those are good ones.
I really like Comic Mag Musings. He always kind of makes fun of me. It's funny. He always makes fun of me for being Canadian. So I always make fun of him for being American. So it works.
Making fun of people for being American, I guess you can do that.
Yeah. You got to punch up.
You crazy Canuck.
Yeah, the crazy Canuck. That's all you guys know. That's it. That's
Hey, Dan.
Polar bears. That's about it.
Yeah.
That's the level of Canadian knowledge that most people have.
And then I think I'm going to be doing one, or somebody I need to shout out is Roscoe Geek Out with Roscoe and TM Nerdy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're both good. Roscoe's a interesting character. He's a fun guy.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then
How about
Bronze Age Nerd? Bronze Age
Bronze
Nerd.
Age Nerd? Yeah. Yeah, so many great channels.
Like I said,
Bigby McFly. I heard he's pretty good.
Is he all right? I think he's okay.
Right. And I was gonna say Biggie Shack, that channel that I go on quite often.
Yeah.
And then there's Bleecker Street. Like
I was watching Bleeker's live stream earlier today.
I was gonna be on that, but I was like, I'm gonna take a nap. I was like so tired. I ended up going to sleep.
K-pop Junkie.
K-pop Junkie, that's another one. She does a lot of art and stuff as well.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good channel.
And then
anyone in the chat here, we gotta kind of bring the chat in.
Yeah, chat people, like chat, anybody you think we should shout out.
Yeah,
for sure. So who are channels that you guys really like and enjoy, or if you're not going to make a video, have us make a video about them. So
basically, you can say, hey, you really should check out this channel, and we'll check it out and we'll do a shout out for them.
Like I said, there's so many in the original idea video. There's so many channels out there that you and I aren't even aware of.
Of course,
that are doing great content, and it's like, if we can just get a little bit of exposure to each one of those channels, and people can, sub them up and be exposed to them, and maybe they find a new favorite that they can add into the mix. I'm not saying you have to follow everybody for every video they make, but
but at least what I recommend, if you're gonna follow a channel, like subscribe to a channel, don't unsubscribe. Help these little channels grow. Like
there's no reason to unsubscribe. Even if you don't watch the
content, there's no cost to having a subscription, is the point. So definitely keep that subscription going.
Go ahead. I was going to say, so I'm not hearing anything from anybody about their favorite channels. I'm like,
nobody's saying what their favorite channels are. Please tell us in the comments, guys, what's your favorite channels. What I was going to say is there's so many channels that I see like that around that 100 to 200 subscribers, like fairly small, that I'm just shocked that they're that small. I'm really
Aussie Comic Collector. We're talking about you.
We were telling
people to sub you up.
We gave you a shout out. So we said, hey, go over to his channel, sub him up. He has lots of cool stuff that he's showing. Definitely go and subscribe to his channel, because
I've actually got an intro filmed for Aussie Comic Collector too. So.
You're gonna do a shout out for him?
Yep.
Cool. See, something to look forward to, Aussie. You're getting a shout out. And Ozzy was one of the first people that agreed to doing my interview. So he was one of the first guys that I interviewed. And
was he really one of the first guys you interviewed? Wow.
Yeah, he was one of the first.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, very cool guy. Like, that's the interesting thing. Like, Ozzy, the comic collector, is just our comic book collector. See, he uses the word book. But he is interesting because he actually produces comics too.
Oh yeah, I saw him. Something about a Friends thing, right? Yeah.
So I'm just like, you learn these cool things, like people like that you wouldn't expect have this really cool background, like extra stuff that they're doing, and it's like
diverse array of things that they're also into or that they can do. Yeah.
So it's really cool.
Hey Dan, we got two Dans, Dan SPL and Dan T.
Yeah, we got lots of Dans in here. It's all Dans. Get new names. Be original. No, I was joking. Actually, what's funny? Like, I do judo, and everybody is Dan. Like, there's so many Dans. It's like, what's wrong with these people? Dan or Dave? Those are the two common names in judo. I don't know why. Yeah, I just know so many Dans and so many Daves, and I'm like, wow.
So my name's Brian. That's why I have Big B.
Yeah.
Big B was a nickname in high school that just turned into Bigby. But because there was a lot of Brians in my generation.
That's another name that's really common. I actually have so many friends that are Brian as well. Like those three names. I don't know. Like, people are not.
So all you guys that just jumped in, we're trying to find out, like, what are your favorite channels. And hey, K-pop, we were just
stopping your ears
shouting
well.
you out.
We shouted you out. So you must have heard, and like your ears were tingling or whatever it was, and because we were just shouting you out. And I was actually saying to Bigby, just so you know, K-pop, I'm putting you on the spot. I was saying that you said you were going to do an interview with me. You said, no pressure, but lots of
no pressure. But you've got pressure.
You're being spotlighted right now, so there is pressure. Like you said, you're going to do an interview with me. Come on my channel, do the interview.
All right. Hey, we got some recommendations there.
Okay, here's some recommendations. Here's a ton of comic creators like Gary B. Yes, Gary B is awesome.
Yeah.
The casual comic guy.
That's Gary B, the casual comic guy. Yeah.
Yeah. And then S. Vaughn 82 collecting.
And the X Vaughn 82, and then collecting with Durs. Yeah, those are all good ones.
Who's S. Vaughn? I don't know him at all.
I'm not. I got to. Well, we're gonna have to do the same thing I did last time, where I had to go back through the video and sub everybody up.
Yeah.
Why Not Comics is awesome. I like them. They're down there.
Has agreed. Everyone pay witness to this. She's agreed to come on the channel at some point. So yeah. And okay, I like Whatnot Comics. Okay.
Why not? Why Not Comics?
Why not? Oh, geez, I read that wrong. Remember, it's small. I'm going to pretend that I'm not.
It's okay. I'll spell check.
Utterly dyslexic and always messing up things. So yeah. Why not? I forgot. I'm just trying to remember stuff. Is that's the husband and wife one?
Yeah. They're down in North Carolina, and they do comic hunts and stuff at auction houses.
Oh, yeah, he is really good.
Antique stores.
They're a young couple. Yep. Young couple. Yeah. I know this stuff. Yeah.
Very Keston, good. Somebody was shouting out Keston. Keston's Old School Comics.
Yeah. Oh, he's a good friend of the channel. So
Keston is awesome.
He was one of the first guys that I did a collaboration with. He was a really great guy. His channel's really grown recently. He's got some amazing books. I mean, well, he's got an amazing collection, like a really amazing collection, but he's also connected to other people that have amazing collections. Right. I'm not sure if you saw the one with him. He did one with Alex the Comic Hoarder. And
I haven't seen that one.
It's worth seeing. Okay, this is worth seeing. You can almost skip like 90% of the video, though, just so you know. Skip 90%, and then at the very end of the video, the guy that they're interviewing shows insane books, like
I saw one.
Action.
Oh, I think I saw that one. That was
and all this stuff.
The collection that they found over in the UK or whatever.
Yes, that's the one.
Yes, I did see that one. That was pretty amazing.
Okay, here's some other channels. Cole's Comic Claims. I think I've seen that, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm subbed to him. I'm pretty sure he's subbed to me. And then Comic Book Canon and Comic Journey. Comic Journey, I know I'm subbed to him. So yeah. I just got in trouble. Well, I didn't personally get in trouble, but Comic Journey got. I always do like a stream with Bigby, not Bigby, Biggie Shack, and so we were one of the things that we were competing on, like it's like a little competition to show the best books, was sexy girl covers. So we're all showing this kind of like good girl, fairly tame books, maybe a little bit of sexiness, but he's like showing porn comics. Oh, geez.
so the channel gets flagged. The channel gets flagged for adult content.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it was really funny. So that was Comic Journey that did that. Oh
my goodness.
So I think he got the wrong impression of how sexy to take the channel.
Well, there's sexy and then there's sexy, I guess.
Yeah, then there's just sex.
No Y on the end, just sex.
Yeah.
Oh, so we got K-pop says Cole and Blake are good. Legion of Comics, yeah.
Yeah.
Rob's Fat Stacks. Absolutely.
Rob's Fat Stacks is another guy I interviewed. He's a really cool guy. When he does his only slab stuff, that's really awesome. Like really great content.
Sector 2815. I'm not familiar with that one.
You're seeing stuff before I am, so I'm like trying to catch up on the things here. Okay, so yeah, Legion of Comics, Rob Fat Stacks, and Sector 2815. Not sure about the last one. I don't know it. Do you know it?
Yeah, I'll have to check out. Like I said, last time we did one of these, I had to go through the video again
And then check out
and
all
then
these.
check out all the channels that we had talked about.
Yeah, so it was on Collector Club that we had a bit of a technical difficulty with one of our guests showing very adult stuff.
Yeah, he was funny last night. He was a little spicy. Everybody kept saying hi, and he's like,
Yeah,
hi, no more highs.
yeah. It was like, just as K-pop was saying here, it was not just comic art ones; it was photo.
Oh no!
It was
Oh
even worse.
no!
So you couldn't even make the claim, "Oh, this is artistic." No, it was porn. It was just porn. It was pretty bad, but it was funny. I was like, "Stop it, man! Like, keep the the
tone it down. Put some Post-it notes over that."
Yeah. Did you get rid of my your naked bird statue? It's Pokemon, just so you know. No, but I still
it's
have it.
Doug
Right
Trio.
it's really funny. It's right in front of me, like right there, and like,
and it's Doug Trio showing what's going on under the ground, right?
Not to look at it. So yeah. So this. Do you guys want to see the statue? If you want to see the statue, I'll bring it on the show.
If you've ever seen Doug Trio, they kind of go like this. They kind of.
Yeah.
So then when you see the
like
statue and you think this is what's going on under the ground, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's pretty disturbing. It's a very disturbing statue. I'm not sure what to do with this statue. I have it right now. It's hidden behind, like I have a row of slabs right here. And I had this statue hiding behind it because I'm a little bit embarrassed by it. So yeah. Okay. Oh, here's some other good channels. Between the
I'm
lines,
trying not to scoop you now. I'm letting you get them.
yeah. Thank you for that. So Between the Lines with TM and Roscoe. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Did we?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be on their show. I think coming up. I think the 17th of July. I think is when I'm going to be on there. So. Yeah.
And then Raging Cajun Comics, Bleecker. Obviously, we mentioned him. Bleecker. The Hunt is a really great show. I love that show with T. Saunders. Yeah, The Hunt is really great. Really, it's like wrestling for comics. Oh yeah, smashing that like button. Thank you. Good for you. Just everyone smash that. And
yes, did you want to see it, K-pop?
Dung Trio one. Yeah, it is the Dung Trio one. Do you want to see it? I can show it. But yeah, it's pretty disturbing. Ortega and the comic book. Yeah, so I don't know. I'll tell you. Why does that name sound familiar?
Otaku?
Otaku.
Otaku that means what is it? It's like a foreign fan of Japanese, Asian stuff, right? Otaku, I believe.
Otaku. That's why I heard that term before. Yeah. Sort of a geek of like anime and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Okay, so Alan, I did the Friday cover challenge response video and tagged you in it. Oh, great! So I'll probably get that in my feed. I haven't really caught up with my all my YouTube watching. I have like you should see my my computer. So I have like about 60 tabs open. Okay, that are work. Okay, that are just work. That's just my work tabs.
Right.
And then I have another 60 tabs that are like all these YouTube videos that I need to watch. I'm just gonna, I gradually get around to watching them all. So I will definitely check out your video. I love when people take part of my cover challenges.
Sure, he's gonna be amazing too.
Worm is
so comic bookworm. She said Otaku True and comic bookworm. Worm is Naaman.
Naaman. I don't know what Naaman is.
That must be his name. His
Naaman. Oh, okay. Okay, comic book investments. Yeah, David.
I love Dave. He's awesome. Yeah. He is hilarious when he rants.
David actually is really funny. So I did an interview with David on my channel, and whenever somebody has a name like David, I always reduce it to Dave. Right? That's like a common thing. And he's like, "No, my name's David." And then I say, "Okay, Dave."
But
kept on
he
calling him Dave.
introduces himself. Hey, it's Dave from Comic Book Investments on his channel
No,
all
he
the time.
always, but he was like very weird about that. He was like,
Okay.
he wanted to be
All
referred to as David. So I was like, okay, I'll call you David. Don't worry.
I was watching an interview with him and his father, and they started referencing all of these places that are right around where I live up here. And apparently they lived up here for years, and we probably ran into each other at comic shows and everything else. So we started talking back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, you know, he's a good guy. He's a really good guy.
Yeah.
Actually, I bought like some of the books that I unboxed were from him. Actually, I got a really cool book from him. The first Peanuts cover.
Yeah.
So that was a big book. I just picked it up, and it's going to be in that future unboxing that's coming up. So that's, and is it actually here? No, it's not here. It's over in that, like I have like, so after the aftermath of that big unboxing that I just did is like a whole bunch of stacks that are right here. So yeah.
Oh, and then I thought it was only Brian LCS, the guy who does the comic book awards.
Oh yeah, CBCA, I think it is.
Is it
comic book
community awards, right?
Community awards, yeah. I was nominated last year and I didn't win. I didn't even get. I was nominated on the short list, and then I didn't make the actual list.
Oh, I nominated you this year, so
okay, good. So hopefully this year I can win. I'd love to win that award. I
had a couple people tell me that they nominated me for a new channel. So
okay, yeah. So what we're gonna do is when there's a time period where you're supposed to put the votes in, I'll give you a shout out. I'll give you a shout out to promote your, for new channel award.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. And then just give me a shout out for whatever it was that people nominated me for. Best unboxing.
Unboxings is what I put you down for. Yeah,
I think that's one I should win. I feel like I spent the most, and therefore
I should
default,
win.
I should get it just because I spent the most. So yeah, what's this one?
Okay, we're running behind Simple Simon, Remy Q,
okay,
Freaky Louie.
You're getting the messages before I get them. So.
No, this is like way up the list for me. This is from K-Pop Junkie.
Okay, well, I'm trying to get there.
Okay.
Okay, so
Comic Mag Music.
I actually gave you a shout out because I thought I actually do enjoy your content. He does these like top 100 golden age horror comics, like what were the best covers and stuff like that, and he does some really great content. He seems to be like, he likes a lot of Warren collections too, so he collects very similar stuff to what I collect, so I really enjoy his content. And Metarog I just interviewed yesterday on my channel.
Yeah,
he was on.
I saw that he was on your interview. Yeah.
I thought I don't know what it was, but I felt a little bit embarrassed because I was being really goofy that day. I was just like in a really weird mind, but hopefully the interview was good. I never watched them afterwards, but I just post them and hope for the best.
So K-Pop said actual Dracula and the low grades.
Okay, wait, how have you seen that?
That's way up the list. I think you missed
I missed this. I must have missed it.
Yeah, and Comic Collector 239, I don't want to gloss over. He said somebody gave him an Amazing Spider-Man number 10 with top of the part of it's missing. I would reach out to Jerry the Jitterbug. Jerry doesn't actually charge money. Jerry charges other comics. You trade him comics to do the work. So if you want to talk to him about what it would take to get it fixed, that's something you might want to reach out to him for.
Mm-hmm.
So she says CBCA from Brian LCS. Nominations are live now, and then okay. Now you're down. The bottom two are the newest ones that you need to. Three.
Hey, see, well, I actually gave you a shout out too.
Yeah, we were just shouting you out.
I was talking about the controversy on your channel. That they're going to be like age restricted channel after certain people, not me. Fortunately, not me for once. Showed some inappropriate stuff.
239 said, how do I reach out to him? You could reach out to him on Instagram is the best way to get a hold of him, probably.
Yeah, so Jerry the Jitterbug is a really great guy. I'm not sure what his schedule is like in terms of restoring comics, because he gets a lot of requests for it, even though people
Yeah.
are giving him comics.
I hit him up. I have an amazing Flash 123 with somebody
Oh,
wrote
nice.
DC Comics on it with a Sharpie.
Oh, nice. So is he going
He's
to
like, I
get?
think I can take it off. It's like an orange or a highlighter. They wrote DC Comics with an orange highlighter. He's like, I might be able to take it off, but it might get restored
Yeah, that's
for
the only
taking
problem.
it
So
off.
I've heard there's Stephen Gettner is one of the guys that I have on my channel fairly often. There was a whole collection, okay, of comics, like great golden age comics, where somebody had written like with a Sharpie or something like that, and what they did was they just floated that ink off, that extra like marker ink, with just in a water based like bath, right?
Yeah.
So every single one of those books got restored.
Oh wow.
Okay.
That sucks.
And then there was an argument, and then they went back to CGC about it, saying, hey, look, these really shouldn't be restored. There's nothing done. It was not like, trimming or color remove, thing. So what happened was they got restored. They actually got the restored label instead of not
Still,
restored,
even that, if it's just water based, it shouldn't even be restored. I've seen people getting purple labels now for cleaning with a cloth and eraser. They're getting purple labels now, so they're getting kind of stingy on that. But
yeah, I think it's a little bit crazy, some of the stuff that they do.
So somebody says improved comic collecting is awesome if you're into the cleaning and pressing journey.
I only have YouTube and Pinterest. So Comic Collector 239. I definitely recommend. Like, I didn't get onto Instagram until like last year, and I've noticed that on Instagram the comic community is very, very strong, very, very strong.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people selling on there and trading.
You can find so many more cool things on Instagram. Like, there's lots of claim sales and just a lot of cool people to follow. I didn't realize how powerful Instagram was until I started hanging out there with comic people.
Mags Popper?
Bigby and I were just talking through Instagram before doing this live video. So, it's a really great.
Like we were saying, we talk for 2 hours and then go, hey, we should probably go live since we're saying such cool stuff.
Yeah. So here's another one. He's a really cool guy. He's another guy. He's like gonna someday come on my channel and do an interview. I'm trying to get him to come on my channel. He's got a really amazing collection too. Just because I think he is a bit of a dealer as well. He'll sell books, but he's got some amazing books in high grade. Just a really great guy. Every so often I run into him like on Bigby's, not Bigby. I keep on saying Bigby, but I mean Biggie Shack.
Biggie,
Biggie Shack.
Biggie, we got to do some sort of a team up. So Bigby and Biggie.
Yeah. But he's also, he also is on The Hunt and a few other channels. So he's
right on.
A pretty active guy. He's at Dallas this con this weekend. Yeah. So I haven't really been keeping up with the con circuit. Have you?
No, not so much. Not at all, really.
Yeah, I know
a couple of the guys that I follow are like, hey, I'm going to be, not available, not making content because I'm going to be at this deal or whatever. But
well, I knew about the Dallas con because I watched the last what's it called, Comic Tom video, and he mentioned I'm at Dallas con, so that's how I know about the Dallas con.
We call it the Too Big Show. Is it Biggie and Bigby? Too Big Show.
Yeah, the Too Big Show. I use Instagram all the time for my ALC coordinating.
ACL coordinating anti-Canadian League. Okay.
Oh, that's nice of you. That's awesome. So yeah, is that guy? How do you ban people on the chat? And okay, yeah. My son, 9 years old, has begun reading manga. He don't want to read any of my stuff. And I'm not doing it right.
Hey, as long as he's reading, right?
Yeah, as long as he's reading, he'll learn to love comics later. You gotta, start him off on that anime stuff, but then he'll come to comics. He'll
it's a gateway drug.
It's a gateway drug. Bleak was at the Niagara Comic Con this weekend. Yes, he was mentioning that on Bigby's channel, and a bunch are going to Toronto Fan Expo. Yeah, I was actually debating about going to Toronto Fan Expo, but it's actually really awkward because I'd have to rent, get a hotel or something. It's so weird not living in Toronto anymore.
Right.
Yeah, so.
We were just talking about K-pop when she was making all those pop culture references from the 80s, and Alan and I were like, there's no way she's old enough to know this stuff. When did she watch this? And then we're like, oh, she's not, no, you look way younger than you really
K-pop
are.
looks really young. So I was thinking she was like late 20s, maybe early 30s. And then these 80s references didn't make too much sense. I think something happened there. I don't know.
She's got a time machine.
Yeah, or something. Maybe babies in her neighborhood are all disappearing, and she's like, who knows what's going on there? But she's staying young somehow. Staying young. Pop Bleaker.
Bleaker was a little upset about the back cover.
Oh, what back cover?
Not sure what that's in reference to.
Pop Bleaker was a little upset about that back cover. I'm not sure. Maybe not sure.
We'll find out. Somebody enlighten us, educate us.
Yeah. What's Luke Cage? Okay, now you guys are being very random, and I don't know what you're referring to. So yeah.
Oh, we had a Luke Cage one looked at backstage. Okay. Was it restored or something, or messed with, color touched or something?
What was the issue, Biggie?
That one's got that solid black border, so it's infamous for getting color touch around it on the front cover.
Yeah.
But
right.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm not sure what happened there, but okay. I'll just go with it. Should we still show some books? I feel like if we just
a big water stain. Yeah. We can show some books. I got a bunch of stuff in. I'm trying to not show the same stuff I showed last time.
But big stain on the back. Oh, that's not good.
I can show some. Let's see. I got some. I don't know if you guys know I'm a big Byrne Claremont Uncanny X-Men fan, so I'm working on a run of that.
While you do that, I'm going to make you big. So you have now all the focus on you.
I know. I have the power. So I got a 95.
Nice.
In the mail. Yeah. So I still need a 94 and a GSX.
Is a 95, is that considered to be their third appearance?
This would be the third appearance. Yeah. This is the death of Thunderbird.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big book, and it's in a low grade. It can use a press, but I only paid $25 for it.
Is that a claim sale or?
Yeah, it was a claim sale on West Coast Avengers.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's got some really great stuff.
Yeah, so my buddy comes up and he's the X-Men fan too. And he's looking at these, and he's looking at the price I paid. He's like, "What the?"
Yeah, exactly.
So 97.
And are these all high grade?
No, they're a little bit lower grade, like a 4.0, 4.5, maybe 5 on some of these. Some of them are higher grade.
Still, for $25, it seems cheap.
Yeah, I paid 25 on this one.
That's cool.
And then a 105 with Phoenix versus Fire Lord. That's the first Lilandria, the love interest of Professor Xavier.
Okay, cool.
And then a 106.
Isn't that Baby Cyclops? A baby somebody. Baby. No, I'm thinking of somebody else.
You're thinking of something else. You're thinking Baby Cable? That's like SU 200. That's 200.
Okay. It kind of has a similar look to it. That's why.
Yeah, and then this one's in a higher grade. This one is a 6.5 to 7. First appearance of the Starjammers.
Oh yes. I think
that one has.
Yeah, it's a good one.
A lot of promise with Marvel and their cosmic stuff. But I'm collecting these because X-Men has a special place in my heart from when I was a young collector beginning it's just really important to me. We were just talking about that and GI Joe were my two big books when I was a kid. So so this one is the first John Byrne on X-Men.
Oh wow.
And it's
What issue number is
7.5.
that?
What's that?
175?
Number 108.
108. Okay. I
Yeah.
can't see the number. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, 108. And I only paid 45 for that one.
Not bad.
Yeah, not a bad deal at all. And then
I mean,
number
X-Men are really cheap right now, like compared to
111. I think it's a
year
great
ago.
time to be buying them up because this stuff is going to go through the roof when
When they bring
they
back animated series, yeah.
or when they bring them into the MCU
That's
too.
the other thing too, yeah. So was that like early arcade?
Yeah, that's an early arcade. I love that one. It's got all the X-Men in the
Tracks.
circus outfits,
Yeah. That's so
the
cool.
sideshow freaks. So
That's a really cool character.
I love Arcade. He's a great character. And then we got 118, Return of Sunfire.
Oh, nice.
I think it's the first Mariko, the love interest for Wolverine.
Oh, okay. Don't know that character very well.
Mariko Yoshida, they got married, or they were going to get married, and then she calls it off at the last minute.
Well, that's what always happens. Nobody ever gets married in comics. Oh, the first Phoenix.
This is First Phoenix is 101. I don't think this isn't the first Dark Phoenix either, but this is a cameo of Mutant X.
Okay, you know what's funny? This comic, I always get fooled on it. I always feel like it's a major key whenever I see it. I always feel like it's that first Phoenix. I always like it's one of those ones where, it's not a key that you think it is, but it's like one that you think should be a key. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Right. Yeah.
Like, there's certain books like that look, this must be a key, but it's
this must be a key,
but it isn't. Yeah, that's
the first Mutant X. So
okay, well that's something.
And then there's
Alpha Flight or something.
126. This is the first full Mutant X, which his name is Proteus. He's the son of Charles Xavier and Moira McTaggart.
Oh, okay.
Not to be confused with Legion, I guess. And then this is 127. I don't know why he had it for $10.
Biggy says that it's the first Dark too. So I might have been right. Maybe I was right.
Maybe you're right. I didn't think it was actually. And then this is 132 Hellfire Club issue.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
And this one is a really cool one. This is the first solo Wolverine.
And that's the first Hellfire Club too, isn't it?
No, it's so the last one I just showed. I think that's 132. At the end of this one, they've defeated the X-Men, and I think it's Leland is one of the bad guys for the Hellfire Club. Has the power to increase gravity on things, and he plummets Wolverine through the floor, and they think they've killed him, and then Wolverine is seen in the last panel like he's going to come back, and then it's this whole solo issue of him just dismantling the Hellfire Club and coming to rescue the X-Men. So
okay. Okay, wait. I gotta put people's things here. In the 80s, there was an X-Men movie spec script written. Okay.
Bob Hoskins in the Wolverine role. That's
that would be a weird one.
Yeah.
I don't really think of him. Well, he's the right height in a way. Wolverine's kind of short, right?
Yeah, they talked about Danny DeVito back in the day to do Wolverine.
That would have been a really weird one too.
Yeah.
They got the right size for it in terms of their thing, but their face.
I know people were really upset when they cast Hugh Jackman originally because they thought he was way too tall.
Well, he's like 6 something, isn't he? Like 6'1".
Yeah. So we got a 139.
Oh, that's nice.
$13 for that one. And a 140 Wendigo. There you go. There's a
okay. So first Dark Phoenix is 134 according to the chat. So was I right or was I wrong?
So I don't have 134. That one comes after the first solo Wolverine. So it's the I think it's because Mastermind starts messing with her head, and that's why she turns to Dark Phoenix.
Okay. See, so I guess I was wrong. I can be wrong. It's okay. I'll be wrong.
I can be wrong too.
Yeah.
I quite often am wrong. So you had some stuff you wanted to show off. I got to dig out the other stuff I've got here is stuff I've showed here on your channel before, and I don't want to make people go, "Oh my God, you already showed that."
What can I show that? What can I show? I want to like pick something that I
don't show your big books that you have for your big unboxing.
Yeah. I'm not going to show those ones. What can I show that would be a little bit of a teaser? I'd like to show something now. One sec here.
Your Doug Trio statue. That's it.
Okay, I'll show the Doug Trio. This is right up here for you guys. Oh, some Doug Trio. Okay. Okay, so we go put that back up there. But I will show some comics. I'm going to make myself solo. And I will show some kind of cool comics that are coming up in this week's unboxing. So this week I'll be showing 2 big unboxings. One is Pre-Code Horror. And I'm going to give you just a quick little taste of some Pre-Code Horror that I'll be showing with this book. This is considered to be one of the greatest Pre-Code Horror covers. I'm not sure how well you guys can see it, but he's basically holding a human skull. Okay. And in the background, you got these 2 people in bondage. And things are not looking good for them because in the pot in front of the guy, you got these guys, all these floating heads. And
that's sweet.
You got all these heads on the shelf there, like, so lots of stuff going on for this book. This is Mr. Mystery number 18. Just a highly sought after book and quite rare.
That's a super cool book. What's the grade on that?
It's a 1.8. It's not super high grade, but it fortunately.
Well, when you get that old, it doesn't have to be super high grade.
Well, the cool thing about this one is both the back and the front look solid, but the damage is all like a little bit of like spine splitting.
Oh, okay.
So that's why it's the low grade. It's
right.
That's the ideal situation though, because it's like there's no problems with the cover. It just looks solid, and in the slab, it might as well be a 9. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't look bad, right? So yeah, that's going to be on Tuesday. I'm going to be showing this collection. And
hey, saying hi to Cole Collects, showing up here in the chat.
Okay, wait. I'll go back to them. Where are they? Oh yes. Hi, Cole Collects. Another.
And Dan T says not that big into X-Men, but 205 is his favorite single issue ever.
205. What's 205?
I think that's the Barry Windsor Smith cover. It's the first kind of alluding to the Weapon X issue. It's got Wolverine and all the wires and the pipes and everything.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And it's actually called, I think, Wounded Wolf. It's Wolverine versus Lady Deathstrike by Barry Windsor Smith. It's a super cool issue. And his guest star is Katie Power from the Power Pack.
Oh wow, that's a really weird combination.
Yeah, it's really cool. She's like on a field trip with her school, and like this blizzard is happening, and Wolverine comes out of nowhere. He's totally like in a feral rage.
Oh wow.
And she's trying to calm him down. She's like, Mr. Wolverine, it's me, it's okay. And then it's like the Reavers and Lady Deathstrike trying to kill Wolverine, and Katie Power and the Wolverine take him on. It's pretty good.
That's cool. They always try to find some way to get the good guys fighting each other. It's like,
Lady Deathstrike's not a good guy, but
no, I mean Wolverine and fighting like the other X-Men or something like that, or
yeah.
So Lady Deathstrike, she's not. Yeah, she's a baddie. Yeah. Yep.
Speaking of Wolverine fighting the other X-Men, the best one of that is Old Man Logan, where Mysterio can convince Wolverine that the other X-Men were all of the greatest supervillains in the Marvel Universe, and he kills all of them. The last thing, he's fighting Bullseye, and Bullseye says, Logan, no, and as he stabs Bullseye through the chest, Bullseye turns into Jubilee.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, Sorry
Yeah,
about your
super good story though. If you guys haven't read Old Man Logan, amazing storyline.
Yeah, I actually have a few of the comics from that series. It's like a short run series, isn't it?
Yeah, and then they continued it later on, but the original run was Mark Millar and Steve McNiven, I think.
Yeah.
But super good. Takes place in the world where basically the supervillains all figured out that if they all teamed up together,
They could
they could
wipe
take
out.
out all the superheroes.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. They always like that team up of the bad guys against the good guys too. That's another comic trope.
yep.
So wait, I showed a preview of one thing. I want to show one more preview. Oh. Okay, so I just wanted to grab something. So okay, I gotta pick the least big book. The least big book. But this one's actually kind of a funny one. I wanted to show it. This is here, I'll make
Crime, Justice and Crime.
Justice, Crime and Justice.
Oh, Crime and Justice. Okay.
But it's a bondage cover. You got the couple again, couple in the background. But you got these boys fighting these guys with like
crocodile heads or something.
Crocodile heads. Isn't that weird?
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a weird golden age book. But this is part of the collection that I bought that I'm going to be showing on Thursday. So
that gal is pretty scantily clad for back then.
I know she's she's just wearing a shirt basically.
Yeah, shirt and undies. That's it.
Yeah, not much. Lots of skin. But I think it's weird how these boys are fighting these crocodile head guys. Yeah, just a really cool book. Part of a really cool collection. That's probably the least big book in the collection, but it's just a really great collection that
is super cool.
I'll be showing on Thursday.
So we got a couple other ones if you want to take a look. Let's see.
Oh, okay. I'll make you big again.
Yeah, I was mentioning to you, I timed this just right. I got Spider-Man Ultimate, or Spider-Man was the second series for him.
Yeah. That's the one I'd like to pick up. That Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah, I got that one, this one, and Ultimate Fallout 4 for $300.
That is so crazy.
Yeah.
And is that a high grade or like?
Yeah, it's the Ultimate Fallout 4. They were saying it's somewhere 9 to a 9.4. With the press, maybe I could get a 9.6. If I get a happy grader, maybe a 9.8.
Yeah. I mean, if you get that as a 9.8 for $300, that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, I'm gonna send along like some gift certificates for lunch somewhere in there. Something, have them go out and make sure they wash their hands when they come back. But and then this one, this is Spider-Man Power Pack. I guess it's a real under the radar key. It's the first time that Mary Jane bonds with the Venom symbiote.
Oh, really? So it's sort of like Mary Jane with
yeah, Mary Jane bonds with the Venom symbiote. And I guess there's some other issues where there's another issue and it's misquoted as the first time. It's actually this one. So the guy was like, hey, if you want to get an under the radar key.
So it's Venom versus the Power Pack?
It's Spider-Man and Power Pack, and it's got Spider-Man's just kind of standing in the background while all the Power Pack are beating up on Venom.
That is really weird. I always thought the Power Pack were kind of a little bit goofy in a way because it's like, a kind of kids cartoon, right? Like young kids.
Yeah, I always liked that comic back in the 80s. I actually collected that run, and it was pretty cool. There's a lot of under the radar books that I like that, and like Starbrand, I think, is another under the radar one.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people going on Starbrand as
which well. I guess in the early 2000s they had Quasar went over to the new universe, and he ended up with the Starbrand and brought the Starbrand into the Marvel universe. So.
Question for the chat. Was I the only one that was bored senseless in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse movie? I heard that it was a little bit long. I didn't watch it yet.
I haven't seen it yet. I really want
I was
to. I
gonna
heard it.
go to
I've
it
heard good
tonight, and then
things.
I ended up like, I'm too tired to go. So
Yeah. And then I picked up a couple just nostalgia buys. Cloak and
okay.
Dagger number
Oh,
one.
Beggar, nice.
You got for $3.
Oh, not bad. That's a good price for that book.
And I think this is first cameo appearance of Crossbones
Okay.
for $3.
Yeah,
So
why not?
I was like, all right, why not?
What
I think I
what's
showed this one last
what's
time, but I'll
Comet
show it
Man?
again.
Comet Man. What's
I think I
Comet Man?
showed both of these. I'm going to show both of these again just because ASM 7.
Oh, that's really nice. That's a
Yeah, it's a good grade for the time period. It's a 5.0,
yeah.
and
I just
then
looked. Oh, wow, that's better than the one I picked up. I just picked that up recently. The
a gold, the one per store.
gold.
There,
Yeah, I think you were showing that before.
I
That's
think I
really
showed it last time,
yeah.
and then I don't know if I showed this one or not, but
Oh,
but,
nice. That's another big
yeah,
book.
yeah. I mean, it's only a 7.5, but I got it from my friend Trav over at Comics Limited, and we were going back and forth, and I think finally we settled on like $200 for that.
Oh, that's great
Yeah,
price.
yeah, I thought it was a pretty good deal.
I mean, that book is becoming hot again. It really dropped. I mean, you could pick up a 9.8 for like 1,500 for that one.
But yeah, it's an expensive book and a high grade.
Yeah,
Pretty darn expensive.
but that's down. I mean, it used to be like a $3,000 book in a 9.8, but it went down to 1,500, which is almost, well, still too expensive, but um, but but it was affordable, more affordable, I should say.
And Biggie Shack is saying Comet Man that he enjoyed that one from Marvel. I never actually read that one, but
Is Comet Man the guy? It's like a black character,
yeah,
and
he's like in a purple costume, I think, with a cape.
yeah,
If I'm
I think they
remembering
actually
him
made
correctly.
was it the one they made the movie of? And it's
I think
actually
they made
quite.
a movie. I mean, they had a
I've
comedian,
seen the
right?
movie. It's actually quite good. It's very
Okay.
humorous. Yeah. Um.
Our Bronze Age keys we're chasing, absolutely. I believe
Right
so.
now, I would say they are because they're underpriced. They're down.
Yeah, and especially also right now, something. I mean, everybody's been saying it, but the any silver and golden keys for DC, super cheap still. I mean, and they're right on the cusp of exploding, I think. But
Yeah, DC keys especially are like if it's so sad that movies kind of impact the comics so much.
right, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but I think what the big problem that DC has always had was that people watched the Marvel movies, they didn't really watch the DC movies, and
right.
DC didn't get the love that it really deserved.
Yeah, I
But I
mean, some of
think
them
that
they've had
might
some quality
change.
movies still. I mean, some enjoyable stuff for sure.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, this is good advice. Go search and buy what you think looks good. That's probably the best way. In terms of the Bronze Age, you got to be really careful. I would just pick up any keys, like
Yeah,
any first
that's like
appearances and
Alan
stuff.
and I were talking in before the show, and I was telling him how he was asking me about what I'm collecting. I'm collecting my X-Men run. I'm going to probably working on filling out my GI Joe run, but other than that, I'm kind of key collecting and picking out
Yeah,
here and there what appeals to me,
yeah, the
and
bookshop.
then also if I find like bargain buys on things at garage sales or wherever, I always like to pick that stuff up and use the books to
Mhm.
help fund the hobby.
Yeah,
So
exactly. I mean, the Claremont run on X-Men, that's Bronze Age. That's like
yeah,
entirely
yeah,
Bronze Age.
absolutely.
So
Well, I mean, some of it is. I mean, he ran all the way through
into
what?
the Copper Age, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Was somebody calling it the other day? I think it was David over at uh, Comic Book Investments was saying he's renaming it the Nickel Age, the
Oh, why?
the one after the Copper Age,
Instead
because
of
he's like
Copper,
he's like it runs too long. The Copper Age just runs too long. So or the Modern
well,
Age after the So
the modern age, like the '90s till now.
yeah, it's like way too big of a window. Yeah.
So I'm trying to coin this term. I'm trying to get people to I'm trying to popularize it. The term that I came up with is for the 90s is the plastic age.
Was it the plastic? I heard somebody else say the foil age
Yeah. So the reason I
or the
like
holofoil age.
the reason I like the plastic age, like because if you think about it, it's like platinum age, golden age, silver age, bronze, copper. So it's getting less valuable, the metals, right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
then plastic is kind of 90s too. It's like it is a material, and it's also a very inexpensive material. It's like cheap, right? They, mass
Right.
production. It's like it's kind of symbolizes the 90s really well in my mind. So
For sure. Yeah.
so I'm trying to get it, people that are watching, there's only 14 of
Just
you,
start
but
using that word, right?
start using it. And it's from the 91 to end of the 90s. And then I was thinking that from the 2000s would be like the digital age.
Ah.
So even less valuable than plastic because it's not even something that's tangible, because that's when a lot of the digital versions of comics came out, right? Was
Right.
during
Right.
the 2000s. So this is my brainstorming of future ages and stuff.
You're
Right?
trying to get it to catch on.
Yeah, and then I can say it was me that coined that, and I'll be cool. Yeah, my ultimate goal is just to be cool. That's like I'm really trying to balance out for my childhood. Yeah.
Yeah, I would suggest, like, if you're trying to collect something, just look at what collect what you enjoy, and what you find appealing, and that way, even if it doesn't spec out, it's something that you enjoy having in your collection too.
Actually, I should respond to this. So on, I'm not sure when it was, but I just did a recent video. I think it was on Friday, where I was talking about comic lingo, and I was talking about dollar bins and run
Oh
fillers
yeah.
and bangers. Okay, I mentioned
Yeah.
bangers. Well, I guess, and I really need a backup source to this. The immortal Biggie Shack was the one that first started using the word banger for comic.
Oh really?
And that's his claim to fame. I didn't give him credit in my video because I didn't know that he made that claim. But and we need a verification of that claim. But yes, Biggie.
Hey, Nostalgic Pod Blast.
Yeah. Yeah. So hey, and I'm trying to get a full run of Plastic Man series by Kyle Barker. Yeah, I like Plastic Man a lot.
It's a great character.
Yeah, here, look. I'm going to show you two books spontaneously that are right in front of me to show you how much I like Plastic Man. You got Police Comics.
I predict Police Comics.
Police Comics #1. This is the first appearance of Plastic Man. And then this is
a good grade on that too.
Yeah, Plastic Man #1, the first Plastic Man series.
Which they didn't expect to have it go as an ongoing series, so they made the one, and then they just kind of let it go, right? And
Yeah,
then years later, they made a #2, right?
Yeah, why would they do that? I don't know, but that's what they did. You're right. Yeah, it's weird. It's a non-numbered #1, but it is #1.
Biggie Shack says he's going to do a video about the bangers thing, so
yeah. So
he can document it in history, cement it down.
Biggie, when you do that, link back to my video where I talk about the different terminology, because I'm really trying to quantify this terminology within the comic community, because we always say, oh, it's a grail, it's a key.
And a banger.
Yeah,
We're always making fun of that on because people always hype their stuff. So on West Coast Avengers, we're always saying lava fire banger.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just would Jim Carrey make a good live action Plastic Man? I actually thought there was talk at one point of him being Plastic Man, but it didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I think he'd be a great Plastic Man.
Yeah, I mean, he's back in the day, he had a really rubbery face that he could really manipulate and kind of do cool things with.
I've seen some videos of his daughter who looks a lot like Jim Carrey, and she has a lot of his mannerisms down and everything. She's really funny, actually.
Uh, I'm still going through videos for the earliest time I said it. Okay, so we need verification that you indeed
And
coined
we
it.
will cross-reference the historical database.
Yeah, yeah. So he's saying he coined it about 4 years ago. Okay, so here's the thing, Biggie. Just so you know, like not to like derail you in any particular way. The first time I heard the word banger in reference to comic books was back in I want to say 2017. Okay, so that's like 6 years ago. And the place that I heard it was on Chino's Comics, and they were these two guys. They were muscle builder kind of like guys, and they would do these claim sales on
Were they
YouTube
the guys that did bodybuilding and comic
and
collecting?
comics. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's
yeah,
the
yeah,
weirdest mix, and they were really cool guys.
yeah.
And they basically would always say, "Oh, this is a banger. This is a banger." They would always do that, and like it was like so.
Cons and
That's
prawns.
when I first heard it. Yeah, it was like, yeah, very much like that. So,
We're here
so
to
that
pump you up.
so that's like how many years ago is that? That's 6 years ago, right?
6 years ago would
It was
be what?
2017, 2018 era, that time.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
Oh, he says that they watched him. So if they
oh, okay.
watched
So
him, maybe
Chino
they
watched
took
it.
it from
Okay.
him.
Oh, maybe they got it from you. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So, Biggie, you got to go back into your archives and kind of produce the receipts. Is all I'm saying. Okay.
Sure. There you go. There you go.
But yeah, but I believe you. I believe you. I'm on Team Biggie's side for that. Yeah. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, wait. I like the villain Mazo, who is a mashup
Amazing.
of
Pretty
all
cool.
a mashup of all the Justice League. If
Bangers and mash. Ah.
Oh wow.
Oh, bad
Wow.
pun.
Wow, that's pretty bad. So for the people that don't know, bangers and mash is a mixture of hot dog and potato, I believe, right? Or
I'm
is it
not
beans?
sure. I know it's like it is
It's an Australian thing. Like they're weird
right.
down there.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
upside down. Blood flows to the head. They get all confused down there. So
So I watched Brian LCS the other day. He had a video where he had Matt from Comics by the Bay doing like a strip tease with comic books dance. He's a featured dancer on the channel, and just had this little clip. And then later on, I was watching, and he was in there. And then they had one guy whose name was Chip, something Chip. Another guy whose name was Dale. So I'm like, hey, we've got Chip and Dale and dancers.
Oh wow, Chip and Dale dancers. That is cute. That's a really nice one.
Amazo versus the Super Scroll.
Yeah, that's what I said. Sausage and mashed potato. I said like
right. Yeah. You said hot dog, but sausage.
I meant yeah, sausage, hot dog, same. To me, same deal. Like same thing.
A little bit different, but okay.
Okay, they're the same to me. Okay. Tell me in the chat, am I right or wrong? Are hot dogs and sausages like sausages is sort of like fancy hot dog, right?
It's just like bratwurst, right? They're all kind of that same mystery meat stuffed into a tube.
That's my point. It's a hot dog. Okay. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So who would win between Amazo and Super Skrull? So the original Skrulls were overpowered.
Right.
If you go back to like the original ones, and Super Skrull was the most overpowered of the Skrulls. I'm not that familiar with Amazo, tell you the truth. I know the character slightly, like
he has all the powers of the Justice League, though. He's pretty powerful.
So he's pretty powerful. If he has all their powers, I would say Amazo.
My buddy and I were talking the other day about Martian Manhunter and Superman. I go, because all the powers of Superman plus psychic abilities, but his weakness is fire.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's such a weird weakness, and he's not actually weak to it. That's the funny thing with he gets nervous around it basically because it doesn't actually hurt him. I don't think. It just makes him kind of like weakened.
And
You
that
know,
same
it's,
guy was telling me about how he thought Superman was so OP, and I said, "No, you don't understand. Superman has a weakness to magic. Anything that is not natural,
yeah,
yeah, like a magic's like Excalibur or something, you chop Superman's head off with it. You know,
yeah,
it's
yeah. It's really interesting. So they just did. I'm not sure if you watch Netflix, but they just did a DC thing on that, and Superman is just so lame. He's so weak because they're using like magic against him. He's just like getting destroyed
yeah. I mean, any like Wonder Woman can beat the crap. You know, they had like who would win, Superman versus Thor? I'm like, actually, Mjolnir would just mess Superman up,
because it's all magic.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
The other thing that's a weakness for Superman that people don't realize is the sun. If he doesn't get sunlight, he's not as powerful. You know, he
yeah,
needs
yeah.
the
He has to
sun.
recharge his batteries. Yeah,
Recharge. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So yeah.
Which I think looks pretty cool in that new Flash movie where they've got Kara and they're trying to get her out into the sun because she's all emaciated and everything.
Well, so the original Flashpoint story, it was Superman that was emaciated and weak.
Right.
But then they changed it. They gender swapped it to make it Supergirl. Okay,
There was
well,
a what was
okay,
that? There was
wait,
a
wait.
Elseworld story where they found they couldn't find they were looking for Superman, and it turns out that Lex Luthor captured him when he was crashed on the land, crash landed on Earth, and they
Mm-hmm.
were using him as a power source, like a battery, and he was
Oh
just
wow.
like a vegetable. Like they had, yeah, but they were able to somehow use him to harness the power, and yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty sad.
So more important than comics is the argument about sausages versus hot dogs. And I
Yes,
see that
yes,
Ozzy agrees
absolutely.
with me that hot dogs and sausages are basically the same thing. Um, that's way more important than comics. Just that they're like,
Yes, I mean,
yeah,
I lay in bed at night thinking
yeah,
who would win, you know,
way
bratwurst or
or a hot dog. Um, so yeah, Martian Manhunter's weakness to fire comes when his world died. Yes, that's right. It's a form of
right.
PSD. That's why I'm saying he gets just nervous around it. It's not like he gets destroyed by it or hurt by it. It's like, oh, I don't feel like fighting anymore. You know, he's just kind of wimpy about it. So it's yeah.
Oh
It's
no, now
not.
we're going into toppings on hot dogs. Ketchup on hot
Oh
dogs,
no. Oh
mustard.
no. I only put ketchup on my hot dogs. Just so
I
you
will
know.
go ketchup and mustard. You know, I've
I
been
don't
known to
like
go
mustard.
a little relish.
I'm not a
You know,
mustard guy. I'm not a relish guy. I don't. I'm very
if
ketchup
it's
guy.
a if it's a Polish dog, I like to put some sauerkraut on there. That's some pretty
Oh
good
my
stuff.
goodness. Okay. See, yeah, you're extremist.
That's me.
But
I go
I enjoy.
international.
Did you ever? Did you? Yeah, exactly. Native
I got
American. I
I
should
got
go
German and Polish together. I mean, we got sauerkraut and Polish dogs.
So it's a Nazi dog.
I'm,
Um,
I'm mending the wounds of World War II.
exactly. Um, what was I going to say? Did you ever try a pizza dog? They're quite good. I like those.
Pizza dog?
Yeah, it's like pizza. It's got like like
Like I know the character Pizza Dog.
no, it's a hot dog.
Okay,
You get it from like Orange Julius. I'm not sure if you know that. Like, do you guys have Orange
okay.
Julius in the U.S.?
We used to a lot of
Yeah.
the
Okay.
that
So
was
you have pizza.
a mall thing, and a lot of the malls are dying down here. So
Okay, so a pizza dog, what they would do is use like almost like a pepperoni style hot dog, if that makes sense.
uh-huh.
Okay, so imagine a pepperoni style hot dog.
Okay.
Plus, they'll put like tomato paste or tomato sauce onto the hot dog, and it's
Okay.
still in the regular hot dog bun. And then they'll put like mozzarella cheese on it.
Oh,
So
that
it's
sounds
called a
actually pretty
pizza
good.
dog. It is really good. It's my favorite type of hot dog. Okay,
There you go.
so yeah, just extra information.
That's
Totally
right. You
valuable.
know, again, toppings on hot dogs more important than comic books.
More important than comic books. Okay. Superman is weak without the sun. That's why he can't live in Gotham. Maybe that would make sense. Maybe that explains like so much about the DC universe. What is with the lack of sun in Gotham? Like they
You
really
know,
How do they grow
Because they have
stuff
all
there?
those trash fires burning or something, blotting out the sky. I don't know.
That was the one thing that really bothered me about the recent Batman movie. I'm like, does anyone have like a light switch or something just to make the like
They
the
only can they can only have like 25-watt light bulbs in the, you know.
yeah, it's like everything's so dark. It's like that's why everyone's so depressed there. I don't
Well,
know.
I think like, all of the skyscrapers and everything is ominously kind of blotting out the sun, just kind of
Oh yeah, that could be too.
it's everything's in shadow, and you've got it just adds to that element of noir going on there.
Oh, so Big Belly Burger franchise is in the Flash movie. I'm seeing the film this weekend. Yeah, so I've actually heard of the Big Belly Burger franchise, but it's not in. I don't believe it. We have it in Canada.
Is that something that's in the Flash comics? I don't know.
I think it's no. I thought it was a. It's a franchise in California, isn't it?
I don't know.
I
I
thought
was
it
I was
was I'm
I'm
where
wondering
they
if it's like
basically make
is
huge portions for everything, like
because what
Amer-
is Flash's city that he lives in? Keystone City, right?
something like that.
Is
Yeah,
it Keystone City?
I think so. I think so. I
Yeah.
think you're right. I'm not 100% sure. You can people in the comments can Google
All of the different. It was interesting that DC had all of the different superheroes had their own
own little city.
cities. So you had Gotham, you had Metropolis, you had Keystone City, you
Mhm.
had all the different cities that were specific to
The
different.
superheroes. So yeah, I think that was one of the things when the boys, the creators for the boys, that's what they did too, where they would have superheroes assigned to a city. I
Right.
think
Yeah,
they
that's
were
pretty
sort of
cool
making
actually.
fun of that whole DC element where all the heroes seem to have their own little cities. And you always wonder why doesn't Batman come in to help, or why doesn't why
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
they go across cities, right?
Ozzy says it is in the comics and the Flash TV. So, Central City. That's for Flash. Okay, Central
Oh,
City.
Central City, Central City. Okay.
There's one. There is a Keystone City though, right, guys? Is there? I'm pretty sure. Whoa, where'd you go, Alan? He disappeared. He left the stream.
That's the stream. I'm back. I'm back. So, what's happening? Whenever somebody calls me, I'll disappear.
Okay,
it'll knock
Jay
out.
Garrick is in Keystone City.
Oh,
So
okay. So it's the
Golden Age Flash is
other
Keystone.
Flash. Yeah. So
Right.
yeah, there's so many Flashes that
There are a lot of Flash, not as many as there are Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Like everybody can be a Spider-Man nowadays.
Apparently.
Yeah. There's like a million different Spider-Man. Yeah. That's one thing I'm kind of wondering about how they're gonna how this movie will do in terms of
This seems to be doing pretty well.
No, I mean no, in terms of how well, like if I watch it, what will it be really well done where they can show that many characters and give them all like the time that they need to sort of be cool characters on their own.
So I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard from a lot of people that they can't wait for it to come out on DVD where they can pause and watch because there's so much going on.
That's what I heard.
So many characters, so much going on. And something cool that I heard that out of this coming out is going to be a Jessica Drew Spider-Man movie and a live action Miles Morales movie.
I'm a little bit disappointed about Jessica Drew because they made
I don't know if they're going to do the one that they did in
I kind of like them to use the original Jessica Drew. I don't want.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they do the original one. Jessica Drew, but
yeah, But yeah, I kind of like them to use the original one.
What city does Wonder Woman operate out of?
Whoa,
you're the Wonder Woman specialist here.
I always think that I always feel like she works out of the Capitol, right?
Yeah, Washington D.C., right?
Yeah, that's what I always think. And Paradise Island, right? A lot of the stories happen in those two locations.
Nostalgic Pod Blast says no spoilers, but he says it was really cool and ingenious. So I'm excited to see it. I just haven't had a chance yet.
Yeah, that's what that was the big thing I heard. Like I can't really spoil it because I haven't seen it myself. But the one thing I did hear was that each universe that they show has a different comic artist style to it. So they're almost paying homage to the different comic artists.
I've heard that Spider-Punk plays a really big part in it.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
And Spider-Man India also.
Yeah, I just picked up. So I heard that, and then I bought the first appearance of Spider-Man India. India.
Peter Paquera.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's so cool. I actually have one of the guys that I work with. That's his last name. So, so yeah. So just thought that was interesting, and maybe he is Spider India. I don't know. Um,
John
okay, wait.
Byrne had Wonder Woman in Gateway City during his run. Okay.
Gateway City. I actually heard of Gateway City. So yeah. I didn't really read the John Byrne run on Wonder Woman. I think I read maybe 2 or 3 issues, so I might not have picked that up.
I heard I had a lot of people when I had my shops, they were like, I read somewhere that John Byrne always wanted to screw Wonder Woman and then he found a way to do it.
I know, I heard that too. He created a character like insert into do that. So yeah.
Well, I heard that said that he just really, they weren't happy with the way he did it. But I heard also that John Byrne's run, he was using the Golden Age Wonder Woman, not the modern Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
And so he was kind of finding a way to mesh the two. So there were actually 2 separate characters, but bridging that, bringing that character back from history.
A lot of comic book covers are shown in the movie. That's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Is the Marvel characters are all in New York City?
Yeah, most of the Marvel stuff was originally in New York because that's where Marvel was located. They had that frame of reference for their art.
Yeah.
And then I remember back in the 80s, they started going, hey, so that's when we had the West Coast Avengers and we started having more spread out because they're like, well, there's got to be supervillains elsewhere that people have to fight. So.
And then they try to create some Canadian ones and different
Alpha Flight.
Flight. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. And then they would always do ones like Gambit being from
Louisiana.
New Orleans. Yeah, Louisiana. Yeah, New Orleans. Same idea.
Yeah. We got the Great Lakes Avengers.
The Great Lakes Avengers. Yeah. So the point is, I mean, I think with X-Men that's an easy thing to do. Because there's so many places you can sort of grab from.
Captain Britain for sure. There you go.
Yeah, so. Captain Britain's another one.
And then we've got Black Panther in Wakanda, and so we kind of started to spread out worldwide at some point. But
yeah. But it's sort of weird how that with DC, you're right about the whole idea that they're in their own little cities, whereas X-Men, it is very focused on all in one area.
Ozzy says the X-Men were in Australia for a moment. Jubilee was bored senseless. Yep. I remember who's the character, the Aborigine guy that could open the portals for them. He was pretty cool.
Oh,
he was an Aborigine mutant that could open portals.
That's Bishop.
No.
Oh, no. You're right. It's Tomahawk or.
No, I'm sure somebody will chime in, but he could open up the portals for them, and then they had the whole thing.
Yeah. What's his name?
He sent them, or they all went through the Siege Perilous, which was some weird thing where they all kind of got reborn. That was a weird storyline.
Yeah.
Gateway, that was his name.
Was it Gateway?
Yeah, Gateway. That was his name.
Oh, okay. Oh.
He could open a gateway. His name was Gateway.
Wow, very
a little on the nose, but
very creative name. Very creative.
Yeah. Hey, what's on the comic rack? Mr. Akins.
Yeah, he's been commenting on my videos recently, so I've recognized the name now.
Hulk goes where he wants.
Yeah, Hulk goes where he wants.
Bishop is also Aborigine. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why and he also and Bishop can also create portals, right? Like more time related stuff. But
Bishop is, I thought he absorbed energy. He had an energy absorption and redirection thing.
I thought Bishop was able to do some time portal-y thing.
There's Jinx that was able to do the portals.
Like, okay, in what's it called? The X-Men where they go like First Class. Wasn't it Bishop that did the thing where they who was it that sent them back in time? How did they send them? How did they send Wolverine back in time?
Oh, originally, well, in the Days of Future Past storyline, it was they used Kitty Pryde was actually the one who got sent back in time using the
Yeah.
psychic abilities from Professor Xavier and
So maybe it was Professor Xavier.
couple other people got together and used their psychic ability to make a conduit through her consciousness through time.
So that might have been the way that they did it with Wolverine. That they had him go into his own self back in the 60s.
Yeah.
So because he was around forever, right? So
right.
That's what it was. Okay, so yes, Bishop absorbs energy, but it also involved a time travel story. That's why I thought there was some time travel thing with Bishop.
Yeah, he's part of the XSE from the future.
Yeah. And so whenever I think of Bishop, I read it back in the 90s, like his little first appearance in like those books. But that was like 30 years ago or 40,
right. 90s. He had
how many? Yeah, it's 30 years ago. Okay, like
he had a grudge against Gambit because Gambit was portrayed or perceived as the person who betrays the X-Men at some point to save his own skin.
Okay, sorry.
Cool. Working on the Lady in Red video. Nice.
Yep. So that's the current challenge.
So can I jump back to the beginning of the video and say, hey, there's like 4 more days to make shout out videos before the first drawing.
So everyone that's watching, this is the time to do your shout out videos. And, there's not a huge pool of people. It's only like 9 channels.
9 people so far, other than myself, who have made video. And one of them is Travis from Comics Limited, who's also going to be doing a sketch. So that's only 8 people.
So 1 in 8 chance. That's a pretty high chance to win. So definitely do your shout out videos now.
Alan's going to have me do the super hard R Vampirella for him.
The age restricted Vampirella. Okay, so yeah. So I tried to sell Spider-Man 300 for $50 way back in the day. Nobody would buy it.
Why would they buy that garbage?
A high grade copy too. It's like probably a 9.0 or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, nobody would buy it. I actually did end up selling it for $50, and I regretted it ever since. But then I bought like a 8.5 later for, I think I paid like 200 or something like that.
I think I was telling the Bronze Age nerd had like biggest regrets in comic collecting, and I put mine on there that like after I sold my 2 shops, I had a really great collection of Silver Age stuff, and just before it happened, we got into some financial trouble, but like 2 weeks before it happened, I picked up a super high grade copy of X-Men #1, and it was.
Wow.
And it was during the housing crisis, and nobody would buy anything from me. And finally, one of them said, hey, well, I know a guy who buys collections. And I had to sell him everything I had for just a few $1,000s. I mean, including that X-Men #1 and like an almost complete run of ASM. Most of the Marvel stuff going way back deep into the Silver Age, into single digits on most of the stuff. And I was just like, that was it for me for a while. I was done. It just broke my heart. So
I think I'm going to have to go here. My wife is calling me on on this.
The landline?
She's also calling me on my landline. So that's
West Coast Avengers. Hey, buddy, we shouted you out earlier.
Okay. Hi, West Coast. Yeah, we gave you a big shout out. And another cool channel to check out. Just quickly.
Yes, for sure. A lot of those books that I showed off earlier were picked up from Dave. So
yeah. I used to have 20 copies of the Amazing Spider-Man 300, I guess. Sold 18 of them over time. Yeah.
First Gambit, I went around when they announced I read that he was a member of the team, and I was at a show. I believe it was 3 issues after that issue had come out, and it went around the show, and I think I bought 35 copies of that book for like cover price.
Oh wow, that's so funny.
Yeah.
And then did you see, obviously you sold them for more than cover price?
Yeah, I was able to trade them then for other books that I wanted in my collection to add to it. So
okay, So I'm gonna actually have to wrap it up. Sorry.
I'm sorry, buddy. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, but we'll have to do this again sometime.
Oh,
Um,
for sure.
yeah.
Thank you,
So
everybody,
and I'll do a
for
shout
coming
out
on.
video too. I'm gonna probably do one for tomorrow. I'll do one that'll air tomorrow, just so I can get in under the deadline for your shout out.
Awesome. Yeah, everybody, please make those videos.
Okay. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.
Hey, guys.